Hey, good evening. Up at the farm today. Got up here last night. For those of you who missed supper with Sean last night, trying to get out of the sun here a little bit. But so finished a really nasty job today. So at the farm here, we've got a old granary that was built. Trying to think back in the 70s. Because my dad, nice looking beans, thanks Derek. So the granary was built by it would be my grandfather and my uncle, and we used it all the way up until about 3 years ago. And started hauling everything to town. And of course, in the process of that, there was some corn left, at the bottom of the leg and problems. So anyway, you just try and unplug the leg and let the corn sit, and it's been in there a little while. So anyway, we vacuumed that out today. Nasty, smelly job. I still stink. I'm glad y'all can't sniff and scratch and sniff because it smells nasty. But anyway, so out here last night we were standing around the corn. Of course, you can see the cornfield in the back. But I thought the topic would be fitting tonight since we're looking at the beans. And let me try and flip the camera around here. When you look at these beans, they sprayed these beans the other day and really rocked their world. So get some brown beans, and I thought it would be very fitting to talk about getting knocked down and getting back up, because as you look across this field and you can't really tell because of all the sunlight, but they look better than they did about 2-3 weeks ago. They were pretty thin and short, but they've come a long ways. So, as you think about these beans, that they sprayed them on Wednesday, and boy, they don't look even as bad as they did last night. But life provides a lot of challenges, and it's all about how do we get knocked down and get back up. And those challenges, man, they stink sometimes, about as bad as I smell, if you could smell me. Those challenges really do stink, but it's all about how do you get back up and recover. And just like these beans that kind of got knocked down, and beans are pretty forgiving, and I think that's kind of how we have to look at life. We have to be forgiving of those who knock us down sometimes, and they aren't. Sometimes we don't necessarily think they're the nicest people, or that situation might not have treated us right or fair, but we have to forgive. And you don't necessarily have to forget, although that's the best option. But just like these beans, you've got to be able to get back up. So after you get knocked down, just like these beans, get sprayed, turn around a couple days, and these beans will look green and great, and they'll keep growing through it, and they'll produce a great yield, hopefully. We've been blessed with some rains. We missed it last night. We only got a tenth. Some guys I know down along Interstate 72, they got another inch, I think 1.2. So, but we're sitting pretty good. These beans have come a long ways in 2 weeks. So I'm happy. But I thought it would be fitting here for Farming Friday. Yesterday we used the cornfield as backdrop. Today we'll use beans, and really just think about how you take a situation that knocks you down. You struggle through it, you get back up, you forgive. If that involves another person, you forgive them. Hopefully both of you can learn from that. But at the end of the day, you get back up and it makes you a better person. Just like these beans, they'll get stressed, they'll forgive, they'll grow again. So we need to do the same as you think about that too. So anyway, as you think about Independence Day weekend, we have to struggle, especially in this world environment that we live in today. How do we forgive those who really don't see eye to eye like us, and are really challenging the situation around the world? And, you may be a believer, you may not be. Hopefully you can find somebody who is to be around, and they can share the word of Christ with you. But, this country needs a lot of help. And we as farmers, I think, are the ultimate test of faith, because we deal with this behind us every day. We don't know whether the good Lord's going to provide us sunshine or rain, but as you're out enjoying a weekend with hopefully your family or friends, take a minute to say thanks to the good Lord who gives us everything we've got, because we are fortunate to live in this country, and most of us, that those of you who are listening, goodness gracious, we have the best job in the world. Fortunate for me, I get to not only do this, but I also get to work off the farm and work with other farmers that have the best job in the world, and arguably even ranchers that, whether they're potato growers or corn farmers or cattle, livestock producers, we've got the best job, and you just can't beat it. So enjoy the sunsets this weekend. It sounds like it's going to be a great weekend, but just take a moment and be thankful for the family, the friends, and our jobs that we have, and our ability to be surrounded by great people who think like us, and we don't have to deal with those a lot of those outside influences. But be thankful for our independence and what our forefathers did for us, that we can do what we do every day, and most generally not have to worry about our safety. But just keep that in the back of your mind as we enjoy some time off of work. Hopefully you get to do that. Although, of course, we're going to be up here at the farm and we're going to work all weekend anyway, but we'll enjoy a little food and fellowship along the way. So hopefully you can do the same. Thanks for watching Farming Friday and Supper with Sean. We'll probably catch up with you next Tuesday night. We're going to take the Independence Day off too, unless I feel moved on Monday to hop back on here. But again, thanks for watching. If you feel like sharing, always welcome. Be safe out there. Have a great weekend.